I'm a boss chick, yeah, I'm a boss lady. I be calling shots, I be getting money. I'm a boss chick, yeah, I'm a boss lady. I be calling shots, I be getting money.
Hey, welcome to I Look Good Naked podcast with Terry Javon.
And Cas singers Beatles.
That is you. Hi, Cas.
Hi, Terry.
You did like this, like you were shooting yourself in the face.
No, I'm giving myself dimples. I'm shooting dimples in my face. I always wanted dimples.
Okay.
I always wanted dimples and light eyes. Those are two things I wanted.
Yes.
That God did not give me.
We always want something we don't have, don't we?
Yeah.
Well, hey, y'all. Thank you for tuning in to I Look Good Naked podcast. Cass and I are always very excited to be here with you.
Super excited. Super excited. I promise you guys we're going to give you a podcast where we're in the same room like one of these days soon. It just hasn't happened because we're busy.
I know.
Yeah.
We look busy. I look tired.
You know, you look beautiful, Terry Javon. Being tired is just another thing in life. It's a common thing.
It is.
That's what everybody can relate to being tired.
Yes.
Yep. We don't need to bring the attention to it. It's okay.
Okay.
It's kind of
okay. Well, Cass, what's happening? What's going on? We are
with our life, with our world. Well, we're going to start with quote of the day. That's what we're going to start with. My quote of the day is from Martin Luther the King, as they say
Martin Luther,
America. And the quote is, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter." Would you like me to say it again? I feel like you would.
Of course I do. That's very powerful and very fitting. Okay, go.
Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter.
That is a great quote.
Yes.
Because I agree with that quote.
I agree. All across the board, our lives, like everything begins to end. If there are things that really matter to you in your career and you don't speak up, then eventually you quit your job or you lose that, or you lose kind of your mission and your for what it is that you did because you never really kind of spoke up, and then everything just kind of changed. People can change your mission. But of course, with voting,
right,
our country, things start to crumble when we're not speaking out loud in relationships. If you don't speak out loud, things start to crumble. So I just think your voice matters. That's kind of what that quote says to me. Your voice matters.
I agree. And I feel like you said, when you don't use your voice, whether it's for your work or for social matters or in a relationship or whatever, and you just kind of just let whatever happens or people kind of lead the way.
Happen to you.
Yeah. You do. You lose your life. Cass, do you have earplugs?
I don't have them. Yeah, remember I told you I don't have my aux cord. I don't know what happened to it. It's somewhere.
Okay, because I hear it going in and out.
Oh, okay. No. They probably would do that anyway, though, because I don't know.
Just because? Okay, well, that was a fantastic quote and very fitting, as you said, because when this airs, it will be tomorrow voting day.
Yes. Yep, it will be
Tuesday, November 6th. You will hear this podcast.
Yes.
And that's a fantastic quote to take us into that day, the voting day.
Yeah, but it's going to be a historic day in Georgia.
It is going to be. It's already historic.
Well, it's historic now.
You know what? Let me go ahead and do my woman of the day.
Oh, go ahead and do your woman of the day. How about that?
We are working together. We are on this thing. So, my woman of the day, and I'm reading this. And this one is kind of long because usually they're kind of short. But I went ahead and I wanted to give more of a full overview of this woman since she is running for the governor of Georgia.
Okay.
So my woman of the day is Stacey Abrams, one of 6 siblings. She was born in Madison, Wisconsin, and raised in Gulfport, Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
The family moved to Atlanta, where her parents pursued graduate school and later became Methodist ministers. While in high school, she was hired as a typist for a congressional campaign and was later hired as a speechwriter at the age of 17 based on the edits she made while typing. In 1995, Abrams earned her Bachelor of Arts in Interdisciplinary Studies, Political Science, Economics, Sociology from Spelman College, magna cum laude.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
I knew she was Spelmanite. I didn't know she graduated top of her class, but hey.
Yeah. And so while in college, Abrams worked in the Youth Services Department in the office of Atlanta Mayor Maynard Jackson. As a freshman, she took part in a protest on the steps of the Georgia Capitol in 1992, in which she joined the burning of the state flag, which at the time incorporated the Confederate battle flag, which had been added to the state flag in 1956 as an anti-civil rights movement. As a Harry S. Truman scholar, this woman is very smart. Abrams studied public policy at the University of Texas at Austin's LBJ School of Public Affairs and earned a Master of Public Affairs degree in 1998. In 1999, she earned her Juris Doctor from Yale Law School.
Yeah.
From 2007 to 2017, she represented House District 89, which includes portions of the city of Atlanta and unincorporated DeKalb County. So let's see, what else about this amazing woman? I was thoroughly impressed when I read all this stuff. And she's younger than me.
Yes, she's younger than us. Yes.
Yes. I'm like, she's a young girl. Okay, yeah. According to Time magazine, Abrams, and this is quoted, can credibly boast of having single-handedly stopped the largest tax increase in Georgia history. In 2011, Abrams argued that a Republican proposal to cut income taxes while increasing a tax on cable service would lead to net increase in taxes paid by most people. Abrams performed an analysis of the bill, showed that 82% of Georgians would see a net tax increase, and then left a copy of the analysis on the desk of every House legislator. Subsequently, the bill failed. She's awesome. As House Minority Leader, Abrams worked with Deal, that is the now governor, on
Nathan.
On criminal justice reforms to reduce prison costs without increasing crime. She also worked with Republicans on the state's biggest ever public transportation funding package. Abrams is running for the governor of Georgia. Abrams is running as a progressive platform focused on children's issues and economic fairness. She would be the first ever African-American female governor in a United States state if elected.
United
States state if elected. But on May 22nd, 2018, Abrams won the Democratic nomination for governor, making her the first Black woman to be a major party's nominee for governor.
She's already hit history.
She's already made history. She was endorsed by former President Barack Obama. She's endorsed by Oprah Winfrey, who, by the way, went door to door in Atlanta last week.
Yeah, can you imagine you opening your door?
Open the door and it's Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah telling you to go vote. What?
So whatever she told me to do, I would go do it. If I opened the door and Oprah was at my door and she said, "Drop your pants," I would say, "Okay." And I would drop my fucking pants. That's the Oprah effect. Let's see. Almost a week before Election Day, her opponent, Kemp, who is also running for governor, canceled a scheduled debate so that he could instead attend a Trump rally in Georgia. Kemp blamed Abrams for the cancellation, saying that she was unwilling to reschedule it. The date for the debate had been agreed upon since mid-September.
Right.
Wonk, wonk. Did you know that she was an author?
I did not know.
Okay. So check this out.
Tell me about her books.
I'm about to tell you about this. But first, obviously, Abrams has published articles and issues for public policy, taxation, and nonprofit organizations. But under the pen name of Selena Montgomery, Abrams is an award-winning author of several romantic suspense novels.
Hilarious! Did not know that. But we should definitely look one up and see if we can adapt it into a movie.
According to Abrams, she has sold more than 100,000 copies of her novels. Selena Montgomery was the winner of both the Reviewer's Choice Award and the Reader's Favorite Award for Romance in Color for Best New Author, and was featured as a rising star. Abrams is also the author of Minority Leader, How to Lead from the Outside and Make Real Change. She has also, the novel thing, right? The romantic novels. I was like, what? So, and she's also been awarded several awards for legal and political things. So that is our fantastic woman of the day in history, Miss Stacey Abrams, who will soon to be the governor of Georgia. Y'all got to vote. Y'all got to vote after y'all listen to this podcast. Actually, while you're listening to this, you should be driving on your way to go vote if you haven't already voted. So I just think it's a phenomenal time. And we have already...
change. It's just a time from change, just period.
Right. And so many records have been broken already with early votes.
Right. Yeah.
It's killing it in almost every state.
Yeah.
Early votes have been like...
the Trump effect, because people are like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
People are just kind of fed up with the system.
Yeah, but people are always fed up with the system. Everybody's always fed up with the status quo.
Yeah, but now
it's just something different.
Crazy. The status quo is crazy. Where the status quo was just like corrupt, manipulative, blah blah blah. Now the status quo is like crazy. You know what I was watching? This is what I loved this, and I hope I get it right. But it was Saturday Night Live, and Pete Davidson, he mocked this House representative. Hold on a second. I'm about to tell you what it was.
So wait, did we allow some time for us to applaud Stacey Abrams?
I'm sure she can.
I feel like we didn't. I feel like, let's make sure we give Stacey Abrams some applause. She deserves that. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, Stacey.
All right, Stacey.
So speaking of the status quo, you know how now these days you can't say anything about anything without somebody demanding an apology. Like, that's really starting to get on my nerves. Like, you can't joke, you can't be a comedian, like you can't say anything about anybody, I promise you, without somebody getting on the bandwagon and make that person apologize. It's like, you shouldn't have said that about so-and-so. You should have said that about crippled people. You should have said that about short people. You shouldn't have said that about whatever, one-eyed people. Like, you can't say anything about anybody. And so, so Saturday Night Live.
One-eyed people?
One-eyed people. And that's what's funny. I didn't even really mean it like this, but Saturday Night Live was doing a skit, and they did a skit on a war veteran who had lost one of his eyes. I think it was Dan. I'm trying to find out now, read the thing. I think it was Dan Crenshaw. And they were talking to him about Pete Davidson. Everybody's like, oh, Pete Davidson shouldn't have done that skit. He needs to apologize to him. But Dan Crenshaw was like, no, man, like, it's okay. Like, I'm tired of you. They don't owe me an apology. You don't owe me an apology, Pete. Like, you're a comedian. You did a sketch comedy thing. But then the funny thing about that same thing is he joked with him and said, oh, we're good. We're all good. But now he's
He wants an apology now?
No. He doesn't want an apology. It says former Navy SEAL Dan Crenshaw calls SNL to donate $1 million to veterans. To the veterans. He was like, yeah, you can joke about me.
Yeah, go ahead.
But you know what?
What you gonna do?
You know what, Lauren Michaels? What you gonna do is write a check for $1 million to all these other vets out here.
Yes.
So that's a good way to use your voice. Going back to the quote.
Yes, I love
yeah,
that.
you don't owe me an apology. Yeah, that's joking. But if you're going to make a joke at my expense, pay the people, pay something that's near and dear to me. So
I love that.
I thought that was a really cool way and a very, a good way to address that.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Dan Crenshaw for doing that. That shit was funny to me. But I'm tired of apologizing. I am. I'm just sick of it. Like, you just can't do anything. People are just, everybody wants to be a victim.
So what do you think warrants an apology these days now?
Oh my God. I don't even want to get into it because if people call our whole thing and they'll be like, you need to not say that about such a thing. Because I'm like, I don't know what the fuck warrants an apology. I mean, obviously crime, murder, rape, things of that nature, I would say, to be punished for that. I don't even know about the apology. I was about
to say crime, murder, rape. The apology for crime, murder, rape.
I don't even know if you need an apology. I think maybe you just get punished. So there are no apologies. It's like you just get punished. If you say something and do something bad, you punished for it. You get caned for it, or you get sentenced for it, and then everything else.
If you hit someone accidentally, you apologize.
Yes, but I'm saying if you make a joke about something.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be a victim. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of everybody wanting to be a victim.
Okay. Well,
we can talk about
with you.
We can talk about that when our guest comes on, because I'm sure he's an actor. He might get on and joke and clown about people. Is he going to apologize? Is he going to apologize for it?
Yeah.
You get on there and you start talking about, if you mock somebody or you do an impression of somebody, and then they're like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. Would you be like, oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. This is weird. Fucking makes me mad. Anyway, you want to introduce our host, our guest? Not our host, but our guest.
Yes.
We didn't do a Will Smith moment, but we'll talk to him.
We'll do it after. We'll do it with him.
Yes, that's what we should do.
Okay. So I just got my alert that my battery's low, but that's okay. We have a fantastic young man who is an actor and a director and a producer. Did he edit too? Did we say that?
Short, I think.
Yeah, and he's just a really good friend, and I love him, and he's our guest today, and his name is Terayle Hill. Where did he go?
I don't know. He was on there. And now he's back on there again.
Oh, there he is.
His nice blue background.
What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Hey, Terayle.
Hey, Terayle.
What's up, Cas? How you guys doing? Y'all good?
We're fantastic.
That's real good. That's real good. What we talking about? Because when I came in, y'all was talking about something, and I was like,
oh man, I'll tell you what I'm talking about. I'm talking about.
She goes on these rants.
I do, Terayle.
She hates politically correct stuff. She hates.
I'm tired of everybody playing the victim, and I'm tired of the fact that you can't say anything without somebody getting upset and you having to always apologize. I'm tired of people apologizing and backing down on their word, and now people are afraid to say stuff. Speak your mind. Say what you have to say and own it. Stop fucking apologizing. That's what I'm going on a rant about.
oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I agree.
Do you?
Yeah,
so like comedians, they say a lot of stuff and nobody, I don't care. But lately it just seems like a lot of people are being asked to apologize for stuff that they're making jokes about or whatever. Do you feel like it's gone too far too?
I was actually just watching D.L. Hughley's.
I love him.
Yeah. I was just watching this interview today, and he talked about that. I think it's ridiculous. I watch comedy every day, and I don't come for the political correctness of it. I come for the humor. I think comedians are the greatest people out. Somebody was just talking about it yesterday too, and I can't remember who that was, but he talked about I think it was Michael Coiler. He was
Oh,
talking about how the court
Michael Coyer.
Yeah, the court jester might be the most important person in the kingdom because he's the person that can come in and say whatever and do whatever to the king, and everybody's just laughing and entertained by it. It's supposed to be genuine comedy. It's not supposed to, I think it's
Terrell, can you turn the volume up on your computer?
Yeah.
Is it all the way up? Oh, well.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it did get louder when you got closer to it. But.
Oh, I can get closer. It's better. Is this better?
That is
better.
I'll project.
Thank you.
I think comedians should be able to say whatever they want. I think when you pay for comedy tickets specifically, you're coming to see someone's ideas. And,
right.
Apologizing is.
It's for the bird.
You can't even have an
apologies are for bitches. What?
Think about Andrew Dice Clay. Think about all these, like the old. Oh my God! I watched Delirious the other day because it was on Netflix. Or what was the one where Eddie Murphy had on the red outfit? Was it Delirious?
That was Delirious.
And he was talking about gay people. And he was just like,
right.
He was just like, oh, I don't want this faggot looking at my ass. And that's literally what he said. And I was watching it, and we're laughing, and I'm like, oh, you
couldn't do that today.
You couldn't say that word. You couldn't joke about it. You couldn't do this. And it was all done in light humor. And I mean, I don't know. I just have an issue with it all. I do have an issue with it all. But Terayle,
what's up?
You jumped in. Tell us who you are. Tell the people who you are. You just jumped right in, and I love that. But the people need to know who we are.
Man, I ain't nobody. I'm just happy to be here with y'all. You
are somebody.
He is. He's well, I already kind of said who he is. I introduced him. He's a talented actor who's based here in Atlanta. I've had the great fortune of working with him on a few projects now. Two of which I directed, and one of which I played his mother.
Right.
And I was excited to do all of them. He's extremely talented. He's extremely humble. He is a hard worker. And he's just an all-around great guy. And I talked to his mother, so that makes it even more special.
Right. She feels like you guys have known each other for years.
Right.
More than she probably should. She talks about you more than she talks about me. Like, all right, Mom. I'll talk to you later. But no, thank you, Terry. I just do whatever I feel led to do. I don't like to call myself just an actor. I don't feel like I'm just an
right. Well, that's what I said. I didn't. I actually, in my intro, I said that you direct, you produce, you edit.
Yeah,
you do.
He makes movies. He makes projects. That's what he does.
He's a content maker. He's a creative.
Yes. He's a creative. He does music. He raps. Do you sing?
No, not well.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Work on that. You need to work on that. You need to do that too.
I don't feel led to sing. I don't
feel led to sing.
God hasn't called you for that. That's not in your mission.
That's not his calling.
I missed that call.
And he's from California.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm right there with you, brother. So he's from Cali.
I'm right there with you too. I'm from Winston-Salem.
That counts. It's WS.
I love that, Cas. You get to throw up your W too. Yes.
I do.
But yeah, so what made you move to Atlanta from California, especially if this was your career path? How you leave Cali?
This wasn't my career path when I came out here. I didn't start acting until sophomore year. My first audition was junior year. I came out here for film. I wanted to work behind the scenes. I didn't necessarily care about being in front of the camera.
Mm-hmm.
But when the opportunity presented itself, things just kind of lined up that way. So I'm still here. I got in 2012. I went to Clark, graduated in 2016, and I graduated and booked my first show. So I've been kind of working ever since.
And you know why you've been working ever since?
God.
Well, yes, because God made you extremely talented. You're so natural. You're like so natural at it. And I think your attitude and your humbleness and all of that helps as well because people like working with you. So we hire you over and over again because we know what we get when we get Terayle Hill. And what I was about to say something and I can't remember what the heck I was about to say. Oh, I know what it was. Not what it was. And, you know, I'm sorry, but I have to say it is obvious to the people that are watching. Your eyes look like Chris Brown.
Oh my God.
You do. I know. You hate it, but it's just the truth. Now, I don't know how your mommy and your daddy created a kid that looks so much like freaking Chris Brown.
Me neither. I don't think I belong to them, to be honest.
Yes, you do.
Nothing like my people. But no, I've been hearing that since like
Since you were 12.
Seventh grade. I think I probably was 12.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
That's when your face starts to form.
Yeah, I don't know. It just is what it is. You know,
Well, you know, hey, he's definitely a character that is lives on the edge and may have a movie made about him one day. So
yeah, I'm a huge fan. I think it's weird because online people are always in my comments kind of tagging him and saying weird stuff, and it's always weird because it's like I don't know if this guy's ever even seen my face before, but I hope he don't have no beef with me. I'm a huge fan of his. Like I want to play his brother in something.
Right.
But you know, that's not up to me.
Yeah. No.
We can get cool, but I've heard his name every day for the last 2
I'm sure. I'm sure. Well, you just keep being
one
Terayle
day
Hill.
somebody's gonna go up to Chris Brown and be like, dude, do you know you look like Terayle?
That's right. I bet you that happens.
I promise you, that's gonna happen.
I bet you it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. And
you're like, dude, you know you look just like Terayle Hill.
Right.
Nah, I think he was here first. I don't think people get to
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Relevancy matters. That's what matters. So yeah, I'm telling you.
Okay. Well, I'm open and receptive to working with him. I'm a huge fan of his, and I hope I do get to one day. But as far as like looking like him,
you didn't have anything to do with that.
You didn't plan it.
You don't have anything to do with that. So Terayle,
none of that stuff.
So being a young filmmaker, entertainer, like. Because I feel like you're like one of the people that really get it, that get the craft, get the importance of it, and you're not doing something because you're trying to be famous. No. I feel like you are so not that person. Right. So what do you feel like as far as, and what you can share with young people that you feel is what's easy for the path now because of how things are with social media, blah, 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 blah. And what's more challenging for the path of people that want to go into this career?
Are we just talking about acting or just like
the career of entertainment?
Yeah.
Entertainment.
Making movies and TV specifically, right. Not music.
Creating content. Creating content.
I think I spent a good amount of my childhood not focused on what everybody else was doing. And that gave me a lot of time to just kind of learn who my spirit was and what exactly I'm naturally drawn to. So a lot of the things that I've tried, I've kind of seen some success in it, but at the same time, I never really wasted my time doing something that I wasn't like led to do. I didn't feel like I distracted myself with a lot of the things that these younger kids might be distracting themselves with. So anybody who would be wanting to get into this entertainment field, I would just suggest spend some time getting to know yourself, getting to know what you can handle, what you can't handle. I haven't trained. I spent my money on educational training. So I really have never had an opportunity to train for the most part.
You said you never had an opportunity to do what?
I spent a lot of time doing to train, like acting training. I haven't.
Gotcha.
As soon as I graduated, I went straight into work, and when I slowed down, I started my master's program. So it's kind of difficult to pay for acting classes, especially when, honestly, if you're working, it's kind of like, why would you? Until there's an opportunity that comes where you feel like you do feel challenged enough, you need that extra push. But I haven't run into that kind of challenge yet. And when I do, I'll know who to call. But until then, I just kind of spend a lot of time by myself, just trying to be obedient and listen to that voice that's telling me to work.
Mm-hmm.
You got to just know how to distinguish what that voice is and how to make that voice work for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of time people want to entertain, because this generation specifically is such a visual generation because of social media, and that gives people the impression that they want to be on TV or they want to be in film, when in reality, they actually want that for themselves. They just think that's what's supposed to happen. And if you spend enough time in it, you'll waste a lot of years, especially your developmental years, chasing the wrong thing.
Right.
So at least spending the time to just get to know yourself and really focus on what it is you really want to do and not what you think everybody else does. Spend some time by yourself, get to know yourself, and be comfortable being alone for a little bit. And I think that is how you breed good decision makers.
I think that you are kind of an anomaly in that
or mature. You're very mature.
Because you're very mature in the way that you think and the way that you have come upon your career. Yeah. I think that a lot of times people make the decision that this is what they want to do. And I'm a huge advocate of, if this is what you've decided that you want to do, you need to train and know what you're doing. Right. For you happened upon this because opportunities unfolded for you, and because you had this experience of knowing yourself, spending time with yourself, and that was always your vision and focus for yourself, just as a human, as a man. So when opportunities came, you took advantage of it, and it felt right. And so you've kind of just been like letting God plant the pathway for you, and you've just been obedient on your pathway, and the doors are just opening.
Isn't that all training though? Because that's
isn't
it all training? It's kind of like Mr. Miyagi and Karate Kid. So, he did the physical wax on, wax off, or whatever, but a lot of training in martial arts is mental training. Yeah. And I think people get into the physical training. I think when in this field, they go and they take a class, and took a class with Terry J. Bond, and I did this. And so now I have the steps, the 1, 2, 3, 4 steps of how to become an actor or an actress. However,
because they're trying to map it out for themselves. And
but the mental training wasn't there. And so I think it has to be a balance of both. And although you may not have taken a quote unquote formal class, obviously you went to school, you took some classes, you worked on yourself. And because you're so humble and you're on set studying, watching other people.
Absolutely. That's the best training.
It is a training. It's just that you got paid for your training as opposed to you paying for training.
I feel like life training.
That's right.
Life. Yeah. I feel like every character I've ever played, I've known someone just like that, and I just am a people watcher. So I'm pretty good at imitating what I see. I wouldn't even call it being a good actor more than I call it just receptive. I feel like I'm just not afraid to try something, and if it's not working, then be objective about it. I feel like my training, I was that weird kid that was always like, at lunch, I was involved in a lot of political organizations. And to be honest, if it was up to me, I probably would still be in high pursuit of politics. But I spent a lot of my developmental years president of this club, president of that, speaking at the Capitol, traveling California, performing at trade shows, writing business plans. That's the kind of stuff that I did. So that kind of stuff made me unafraid to at least articulate myself in front of people and not worry about how I sound. And I spent all my lunches, not with everybody else outside, but I spent it with the teachers inside. And I kind of learned how adults function in my high school years. And I don't know. I remember being a kid, I would get up, and I still get up this early, but I got up at 5 o'clock to watch the practice. And then from 6 to 7, I watched Law and Order. And then from 7 to 8, I would watch the news until it's time for me to go to school. And that was like a routine.
Yes, you were an odd kid. You were definitely an anomaly.
No, I was weird, but something was telling me to just watch it. And I feel like that's where I got a lot of my training. I feel like
It's true. It's true. One of the best advice I ever got from an acting coach was the best training for any actor is to live a life, to live a full life, because you have to experience life to be able to feed it into characters. And if you are so limited on how you living, if everything is about I'm acting, I'm training, I'm training, you're so limited because you're not living a life. And we want to see real life people. We don't want to see trained actors acting. We want to see real life people living when we watch something on TV or watch a movie. Right. So what you were doing is living life, training your instrument to live.
Yeah, that's why it's always weird. I never tell people. People always ask me what is it that I do as far as training. I just recommend them to people I know that have trained a lot, because I honestly don't really understand the full state of what it is I can do yet. A lot of the things that I've done as far as big projects have not come out yet. So like, I remember I booked a project, it was my first lead role, and I was playing autistic. And I know what I was capable of. I dropped 20 pounds that week before we started filming. And in the middle of filming, I put on 10 pounds right before ABFF. So ABFF, I was filming that movie at that time. And I just used real life experiences to guide me through. I know I spent a lot of time in high school as a best buddies assistant, which is pretty much someone who helps the special needs kids. So I kind of just used what I knew as far as nuances that they carry in that. And when it came down to the breakdown parts, I had things going down personally in my life that I can use. Mm-hmm. But nobody taught me that. I just figured that was common sense. I didn't know. I just figured like that's what it would take to get this done. Like I said, I don't know.
Yeah, I get it. No, you are blessed with a very accessible instrument, which is yourself, and you're very accessible. Everyone is not like that. There are some amazing actors that had to learn how to be able to access their instrument like that. And everybody doesn't have to. Everybody's different. So, I get it both ways.
Yeah, I don't think there's a right or wrong way to do it. I just never want to steer anybody away. That's why I'm so hesitant to talk about how I really got started and stuff, because it's just like, I don't want you to feel like you need to just start making your own independent films and starring.
Exactly what you should do.
Well, I mean, but you giving people that or not giving it, people still feel they can do that anyway. So,
And you know what? That's at least what gets you comfortable. I did a web series all throughout. That's the second thing I did on camera, and I did like 30 episodes of that. It came out every day since I was at HBCU. It got really popular. This channel has millions of views, but when it would come out every Wednesday, it would be like 300 views. And then by the time into season 2, we were getting like 10, 20, 30,000 views. And by season 3, it was even bigger. So that was before I booked my first TV show. I kind of let Twitter coach me. They would let you know if you were doing it or not. Like, trust me.
That's funny.
I had the craziest storyline out of everybody. So it's kind of like I had to learn how to break down on camera. But in the back of my head, doing this for the first time, I'm like, don't look stupid on Black Twitter.
That is so funny. Don't look stupid on Black Twitter. Don't look stupid on Black Twitter.
That was motivation. Like, yo, man, these HBCU kids don't play. You gotta, but you know, it became a thing. Like, it became a really big thing, and that was before my first audition. And
that's funny.
Really comfortable.
Well, the funny thing, Terayle, is my journey into acting isn't different than yours. I did not go to school for this at all.
You're a pro. I watch all your stuff.
Shut up. I did not. I went to school for advertising, and someone asked me to come audition for a play. And I was like, what? What is that? I don't know. But, yep. So I got started on stage, but very similar to you. I stumbled upon it. The opportunity was offered. Mm-hmm. So I get it. I get it.
But I want to do stage.
You will then. If you want to, you will. No brainer. I know tons of people that would love to have you on their stage.
I don't know after they started, I don't know if they feel the same. I'm so nervous about like doing my first play. I want to do, if I do one though.
That means you really have to do it.
Yeah, I want to do Top Dog Underdog if I do it.
Oh, nice. That would be awesome.
Yeah. But
we might have to look into that.
We might have to look into that because I want to. That would be the one that I'd like if I wasn't working too much or committed to a particular project for an extended period of time. I would take some time and just focus on that for however long.
So, Terayle,
what's up?
Have you voted?
Yes.
You did already?
You already know who it is. So
I'm not going to ask you who you vote for. I'm hoping who you voted for, but I'm not going to ask. Just want to make sure that you
there are other people that
exercise.
There's not just one person running.
Make sure you exercised your right to vote.
Just one person voting, but come on. Come on. I'm right across the street from a voting station, so I had no excuse.
Okay, very good. Are you a fan of Will Smith?
Huge.
Or the Smiths family?
Huge fan.
Do you like we're kind of fanatics about them. We follow them and everything.
We have a whole
a Smith family segment on our podcast.
Okay.
So I just wanted to ask you if there was anything, did you see anything with the Smith family this past week that was interesting that you'd like to share?
I watched the Red Table Talk. I also saw Jada's interview at Complex Con and Bad Boys 3.
Yep.
That news.
Bad Boys 3.
Yeah, they announced. Was it this week? I think
they sure did.
I gotta play Will Smith's son or something.
You do.
I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna happen.
You do.
Yeah, that's it. Just say I'm going to play Will Smith's son in something.
Oh my God.
In something, but not. I don't know about Bad Boys 3. I'm sure they have all.
I don't know about that, but you should definitely. You guys will work together. He's phenomenal. You're phenomenal. You guys have like energy. Yeah. You guys have like energy. He would love you.
I would love him. I'm sure. Like
you would. He's so fucking cool, dude.
Man.
He's like my favorite.
Yeah, I can't wait to.
Okay, so we have to do a Smith family moment. What are we gonna? I know you just ran off 3 things, so we can highlight.
I didn't see Jada's interview. What was that?
With Leah Remini. I didn't see that interview.
No, you said at Comic-Con. What did you say?
Oh, okay. Let's talk about that.
At Complex Con, Jaden spoke on a panel.
Jaden,
but I was talking about Jada's Red Table Talk before that.
The one with Leah Remini, or before that, the one with her and Will?
The one with her and Will.
Yes, that was a good one.
Following the Smith family, I didn't really think about the other episodes like that. But you know,
we highlight anything in the Smith family.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It could be all of them. It could be Jaden. It could be whoever.
We
love them. We don't care. We just like to talk about the Smith family.
I love them all. They're all great. I wish I was them most of the day.
Okay, well, I guess the biggest thing is the Bad Boy movie.
Bad Boys 3.
We got no information on that, so we could talk about the Red Table Talk if you want. Unless y'all have know more about the Bad Boys 3, because I'm just gonna make
That's all we know.
That's all we know is that they announced it. We don't go deep. We just like to mention them and to say what we thought they did. So we saw Will Smith posted a video, and Martin Lawrence was right there with him, and they made the fucking announcement that they're doing Bad Boys 3. Right?
That's all we know.
That's all we know.
And I can't wait till 2020, right? They said.
Yep, 2020.
2020, Bad Boys 3.
Bad Boys 3.
I turned 26 that year.
Well, so, that's nice.
No, wait,
I'm not going to tell you how old I turned that year.
You turned 30 that year.
Okay.
I was going to say, by the time I'm 26, I want to make sure I've at least met him. For sure.
Okay.
That's going to happen.
Yeah. By the time you're 26, you will have met him.
That's going to happen.
Well, got a whole year.
Mark my words.
A whole year and some months. You know how much has happened to you this year. Just imagine that threefold next year.
What's happened this year?
Right. So it's just going to magnify. And so next year, a lot happens in 12 months.
So Terrell and I just spent a whole month together in DC shooting a movie.
Pretty much, yeah. And that was a lot of fun.
And that was so amazing.
I cannot wait. You played my favorite character.
Austin?
One of my favorite characters in the movie, yes.
I had a lot of fun. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, he was my favorite character to write. Every time I wrote him, I just started laughing.
Yeah, he was pretty amazing. What's that noise?
No, my computer got a...
Oh.
But I actually never been put up before. I've never had that kind of opportunity where I was flown somewhere and got to stay somewhere and all that cool stuff.
And a nice hotel. They put you up somewhere nice, didn't they?
Nah, they really, it was cool.
They took care of us.
Yeah, it was real cool. I kind of but I'd never seen DC like that. And again, I've already told you, Terry, many times, I've never been trusted with comedy until I met Terry. And now I've been doing comedy more often, and it's a lot of fun. I don't think I'm funny, but I do.
His ass is hilarious. Wait till y'all see him in these both movies.
You're funny. You were funny. We were all hanging out last night, and you're funny. You're funny.
Very funny, Terrell.
I don't remember last night, but that's cool.
And that's why
you say that.
That's why you were so funny.
We're not going to tell the people that.
Oh no! I remember. I remember. We did karaoke at one point, right?
We did. We did do karaoke.
Oh, I had a tea party. It was lit. We had a good.
You had a tea party with my daughter. You sure did.
Right. She was a little skimpy on that tea. She was.
Yeah, she's very skimpy with her tea sharing.
And then she left.
So, Terrell, what's your ultimate? What do you want to do? What's your thing?
Man, I've battled with this question a lot because I genuinely don't know.
I love that.
I've thrown out the idea of having a plan. This year I made the decision to stop planning.
I love that.
Yeah, because God just up there nigga, please.
Right.
So
don't you think God says, nigga, please? Nigga, please.
I'm made, so he says a lot more than nigga, please. But, it's just kind of if I put too much of an emphasis on what I'm going to do in the future, I can't focus on what I'm doing now.
Right.
So day by day, I kind of just let whatever happens is going to happen, unless I have some kind of obligation. I don't have any obligations right now, so I just do whatever the day calls for.
I love that.
I
miss that. Oh, I miss that.
I wake up in the morning and I wanna write, or I wanna study, or I wanna train. I'll do some film study every now and then. Sometimes I just relax, and that's just on times where I don't have any auditions coming up or nothing nothing important. And this is kind of the first time this year where I haven't had anything to do. I've been working since January 3rd. But now everything is done unless I book
for now
for Friday. Then I would start work next week. But even That role is not even a big role where I'd be working the entire, November. I think the year's pretty much coming to a close. Oh, I don't know. I actually found out today that I'm going to start testing for. Can't talk about. We are.
Well, do you see? Your computer is telling you do not spill the beans.
Right.
That was your computer beeped right at the time.
We'll just say congratulations, and we'll just leave it at that.
That's gonna give me anxiety. I don't know, but this is the first time I've tested for a series regular. So
well, very good.
I'm training every day. Today I ran.
Well, get used to it, brother. Get used to it.
It's so much. Like I don't want to get used to testing.
I know. Well, it happens. You got to test to be able to get it.
No, just give me the role. Nobody will get hurt. It'd be a cool little situation. Just let me have it.
You're right. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Huh?
That's exactly what's going to happen. They're just going to give you shit.
Not, trust me.
It is. No, it's going to. I mean, not with this project, but it's going to happen soon. Is your family proud of you?
I hope so. That'd be dope if they were.
I talked to your mom. She is.
I left the group. You guys, I left the group. I don't know why it's still sending these. I hate messages with 20, 30 people. This is probably
Is that what that is? You're getting an alert? You're getting a text group alert? Is that what all that thing? You're too popular. I can't, Terayle.
I clicked leave conversation and it's still.
You're too popular. That's what happens when you look like Chris Brown.
That's Jesus Christ, Terry, I thought we were friends. Sorry, again, I just left the conversation. So
okay. Well, tell the people where they can see you. What's your social media tags?
My social media tag is just my first name, and that is Terayle, but it's spelled funny. So TerAyle.
And it's an underscore. Oh.
Too, because Instagram not giving me by itself. I don't understand. Nobody has my name spelled that way. I don't know. TerAyle_. So I don't know if you have the technology where you can put that joint right here, where it's
Look, you and you need to handle that. Somebody, you need to handle it. Somebody wants you right now.
Hey, I'm trying to get followers. All right, look, it's
clearly.
AYLE_, and that's what it is.
Yeah, you guys can join his group texts, because obviously the kid is very popular. He's super sweet. He's super humble. He's super talented. He's super loving, and he's just a good guy. Stay that way, else I will kick your ass.
Yeah.
I will.
We have to do it. We good. I promise. I'm not gonna.
I know.
I don't want no problems. We straight.
You don't. Okay. Goodbye, Terayle. Handle your group text.
Hey,
Thank you for
leaving this group. You're gonna leave this group.
Thank you for joining us.
I put my Instagram up, and now this. I'm just like.
Yeah. Now you're getting hit up.
Thank you guys so much. I'll come back.
Thanks. Oh my God, you in that damn group text. Thank you for coming on I Look Good Naked podcast, Terayle. Yeah, we love you too. Bye.
Bye.
That was Terayle Hill.
That was Terayle Hill. He's such a good kid.
We can't call him a kid. He's
such a
nice.
He's a nice. He's a kid. He's a nice young man.
He is a nice young man. He's smart and he's humble and he's going to be a superstar.
He is going to be a superstar, man. He is, and we will be like, man.
I already know.
Yeah, we've had a few little young people that are busting out to be superstars in our projects. Yeah,
that he's definitely going to be like a major movie star for sure.
For sure.
Vaughn,
well, we're gonna wrap it up too. We
can wrap it up. Okay, I'm just trying to think that we have anything else that we needed to share. Let the people know. Go vote.
Go vote. That's it. That's what we need to end it on. Go vote.
Go vote. Take your ass and go vote.
Yep.
It's going to be such a sad shame if you don't. Use your voice. Use your power.
And we're Nina Holiday. You can find us where? At Nina Holiday, at ilgnpodcast.com.
It's not at Nina Holiday. It's at Nina Holiday ENT.
It is at Nina Holiday ENT.
As an entertainment
podcast. Or where? Or www. I always like to put www in there. I love it. I look good naked podcast.com.
I look good naked podcast.com.
Yeah.
Find me at Terry J. Vaughn. You can learn how to spell that on your free time.
And I'm at Cas Seekers. You may or may not find me because it is definitely spelled differently.
We appreciate you guys tuning in to I Look Good Naked Podcast, and we look forward to celebrating after voting happens today. Okie dokie. I love you, Cas. I love you, listeners, followers, people,
fans,
friends, fans, loved ones. We appreciate y'all. Thank you for tuning in.
I feel like we need a song.
I
our own
good naked. We can. I look good naked. I look good naked.
Can you cut that off? Can you go ahead?
We'll tune in. Yeah, we'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
I'm a boss chick, yeah, I'm a boss lady. I be calling shots, I be getting money. I'm a boss chick, yeah, I'm a boss lady. I be calling shots, I be getting money.